Today we're going to take our notes on ordering integers using a number line. Make sure that you have this piece of paper in front of you and we'll get started. Okay, for a little review, let's remember that positive integers are integers that are greater than 0. So, if we start at 0 and go to the right, those are all of our positive integers. So if our positive integers are all the numbers greater than 0, our negative integers are the integers less than 0. So that means if we start at 0 and go to the left, those are all of our negative integers. So when ordering integers from least to greatest, or smallest to biggest, it's the same thing, follow the order on the number line from left to right. So our first example, we have 4, -5, 0, and 2. I'm going to find all of these on the number line. So +4, -5, 0, and 2. And since I'm going from the smallest to the largest, I'm going to start at the left and work my way up. So that means my smallest is -5, followed by 0, 2, and then 4. Let's do our second example. So we're still going from the smallest to largest, so I need to work from left to right again. So I'm going to go through and find all my numbers. I have 10, -4, 2, and -5. So if I start with my smallest number over to the left, if I put these in order from smallest to largest, I have -5, -4, +2, and 10. Here's our other example looking at going from the smallest number to the largest. So I have -9, 1, 5, and -8. So again, I'm going to find all these numbers on the number line. -9, +1, +5, and -8. So again, I have to look from left to right for my smallest. So when I do that, I see that all the way down here on the left is -9, followed by -8, +1, and +5. Okay, this time we're going to switch it up a little bit and go from the greatest to the least, or biggest to smallest, however you want to think about it. So this time we have to go from right to left on the number line. So it's the opposite of what we've been doing before, right to left, because we want to go from the biggest to the smallest. So here's our first example. We have 4, -5, 0, and 2. So I'm going to find all these numbers on the number line. Here's 4, -5, 0, and 2. And again, this time I have to start over on the right. So my first number, my biggest number, is 4, followed by 2, then 0, then -5. Here's our second example, and we're still doing greatest to smallest, biggest to smallest, greatest to least, all the same thing. And we have to go from right to left. So this time my numbers are 10, -4, 2, and -5. So I'm going to go through and circle. I have 10, -4, 2, and -5. So if I start at the right with my biggest number, I have 10, 2, -4, and -5. And here's our last example. Again, we're going to go from right to left because we're looking for our greatest to least, biggest to smallest. So I have -9, +1, +5, and -8. So I'm going to go through and circle those on the number line. I have -9, +1, +5, -8. So I'm going to start on the right side of my number line. And so my biggest number is 5, followed by 1, followed by -8, followed by -9. So this is how you use a number line when you're trying to order your numbers. Make sure you have this sheet of paper in class, and we'll continue doing some examples.